Okay, so what is going on, everybody? This is Chris, back again with another episode of Kicks and Castles. Now, I am back with another video to tell you about my Grail shoe. Alright, so everybody has a Grail shoe that gets them started into the sneaker game or the sneaker culture that they will never, ever, ever give up. Ever give up. Now, the very first shoe that ever started my so-called collection, the very first shoe that I ever had is the Nike Air Penny 1 in the Wolf Gray colorway. This was the first shoe that started it off. 8th grade year, I remember back in those middle school days, I was in the kicks. I knew kicks, but I ain't really have nothing, you know what I mean? I ain't have no shoes. I remember my first pair of Jordans was like some mellow M8s, and I wore them until they had holes in them. I wish I still had those shoes, but yeah. So as soon as I picked these up, I was like, oh man, I'm loving them. And they don't fit me anymore. They're 8.5, and I wear size 9 through 10, and it sort of hurts that I can't really wear these anymore. But you gotta, it's okay, because they've also been through some things, If you check them out, the sole is yellowing on them. The sole is yellowing. The suede is yellowing. The suede has been bleeding. Oh man, these things have been through everything. They've been through the world. But I will admit that these things are like tanks. These things are like tanks. But even though the shoe isn't in pristine condition, I will still never ever give the shoe up. That's I don't know. I just feel that I just love this shoe so much, I plan on buying another pair because matter of fact, to be honest with you, the Penny line has to be one of the best sneaker lines in Nike basketball. Definitely one of the best sneaker lines, you know what I mean? The Penny 1s, the Penny 2s, the Penny 3s, Penny 4s, Penny 5s, foam pauses, they're just, if they keep it around that Orlando colorway base or that Miami Heat base or even the New York Knicks base, because those are all the teams that he pretty much played for, or even the Phoenix Suns, if they stay with that and don't add any weird colorways onto the foam posits or add any weird colorways onto the ones or any of them, this shoe line would be iconic. It already is iconic, but it'd be even more iconic. So yeah, everybody has their Grail shoe, like I said before. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead in that comment box. Matter of fact, you could go on the YouTube comments. You can go on Instagram. Post a picture of your Grail shoe. Hashtag Kicks and Castles with it. Okay, so go on Instagram, take a picture of your Grail shoe, hashtag Kicks and Castles, and I might just go ahead and upload that on my Instagram feed for you guys and shout you out, okay? And also, if you want to do that, also go ahead and go into the YouTube comments and say, hey, this is my Grail shoe. Go ahead and tell the story, because it's always good finding out other people's history regards to something that they love, you know what I mean? Just like with mine, I remember my 8th grade year had just ended, 8th grade year had just ended. It was the last day of school and I didn't go because my mom had surgery. And as we're sitting there, she goes into surgery and I go back home. You know what the move was about to be. Hit up the 2K11. I think it was 11 at the time. Yeah, so hit up the 2K11. And then my uncle, the clutchest man on the universe, decided for my birthday to send these bad boys down. So I unboxed them and I was like, oh man, what are these? What are those? So I was like, what are these? These are dope. What are these? So after some research and after trying to film my first ever sneaker video back then, I found out what they were, and that really brought me into shoes better, you know what I mean? And then after that, I just kept on buying and buying and buying and buying. I never buy all at one time, what I would always do is, spring break, Christmas, birthday, the new school, just ask for shoes. That's what I gotta do. Just ask for shoes. Don't ask for no games. You'll get the game anyway once it goes on sale. If you really this is what I'm trying to tell people. If you really want to grow a collection when you don't have a job or you don't have any money and you're just a kid in middle school, just ask for shoes. Like when it's spring break, when it's time for school, when it's time for when it's Christmas time, or when it's your birthday, just ask for shoes instead of like Xbox Ones and stuff. And if your family can't afford it, it's all good. You know, there's no problem. There's no problem with not being in the kicks. Just with being in the kicks, but not being able to buy them because your family can't afford them. You know, it's cool, because the thing with sneakers is they're timeless. You know, they're timeless. You can still find a pair of Royal Blues even though they released a while ago. You know what I mean? You can still find a pair of Air Carnivores even though they released a while ago. You can still find a pair, you know, because that's the thing about shoes, they're timeless. So if people can't afford them, don't bug Mom Dukes for the shoes. You know, just say, all right, it's okay. You will get the shoe anyway. If you're dedicated, you'll get the shoe anyway. But I think I'm done talking for a while. This has been the Air Penny 1 in the Wolf Gray colorway. I appreciate you guys watching, definitely. Like I said before, go on Instagram, tag Kicks and Castles in your post of your grails for a chance to be on my feed, okay? And also, on my page. And also do the same thing for YouTube. Tell a story of your grails. And yeah, without further ado, I'll be back with another video. So I guess I'd just like to say, Chris out.
In order, happy belated. It's what you're waiting for. You know we make it raw. London City, we love you. This who we made it for. In my heart, you will remain.